Let me ask you a question. If you would like to have a string of really, really good days back to back to back, I'm sure the answer to that is yes. And for most of my life, I'm always looking for ways to do that. And over the years, I've accumulated lots of habits, lots of disciplines. And recently the question came up, Blair, what's your morning routine? What is it you do? How do you keep yourself on, keep your head on straight? And how do you have good days one after the other? Well, I wish I could tell you that every day is a good day. Not every day is a good day, but most of them are. And so what I want to do is I want to share with you what I do in case you want to copy it, in case you want to use it for yourself. Why? One thing that I found is that great athletes, great performers, great business people, very successful people basically have routines. They have rituals. A ritual is something you do again and again and again. Um, why do you do it? Because it works, because it becomes a habit, and the habit becomes beliefs, and beliefs become affect your behaviors, et cetera, which ultimately affect your results. So if you're looking for better results, I'm going to give you my routine. I'm going to abbreviate. I'm not going to spend the whole time. I'm not going to take you through all of it. I'm going to take you through some pieces of it so you get a feel for it. You're welcome to copy it, change it, add to it, whatever you want to do. Now, part of this, I follow a formula by a fellow by the name of Hal Elrod. You may be familiar with his book, Miracle Morning. Basically, the not so obvious secret guaranteed to transform your life before 8 a.m. So what's that mean? That means that whatever you're going to do, you're going to do it first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. So some of this follows his format, but the way I do it is very different. Okay, so here we go. Step number one. When the first thing you do when you get up in the morning, remember you've been sleeping for 6, 7, 8 hours with no water. Drink some water. Get a good slug of water into you, maybe up to 16 ounces. Brush your teeth. Do what you got to do in the bathroom. Do not look at your phone. Do not look at your text messages or your WhatsApps. Don't do it. Resist it. Put it someplace else, face down. Don't do that until you take this sacred time, I call it. Take this sacred time and make sure you keep it sacred. Why? Because you deserve it. Why else? Because it will set your context. It will give you a reset in the proper way for a great day. Wouldn't you like to have a day that goes the way you want it to go? Wouldn't you like to be in the right place at the right time with the right people, with the right questions, with the right answers, and the right solutions? Some people say that's luck. Well, it's not luck. It happens when you start to attract things in your life because you're focused on the good things in your life. Okay. So here we go. Number one, meditation. That's what I do first. Very first thing. I've had a very difficult time trying to meditate. I don't know about you. My brain is like bing, 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 all over the place. So what I've learned is I learned that I need to learn. So I've been very blessed over the last year to every week to work with an amazing Buddhist monk from the Dhammakaya Buddhist temple in Thailand. It's one of the largest Buddhist temples in the world. And every Monday we sit and he trains me and trains me and trains me. So now it's a little bit easier to do. I'll give you a couple tips about meditation. Here's what he told me. First of all, no such thing as a bad meditation. If you meditate for only 10 seconds, that's a good meditation. And no matter what happens, if your brain is like bouncing all over the place, it's okay. Just do your best. Take a breath. It's kind of like fighting in a ring. Okay. You're in a ring punching and your mind's just all over the place. Stop, open your eyes, reset, sit down, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, feel the air going through your nose down to a place just above your navel. If you can actually picture the sun sitting right in there, burning brightly and warmly, and just allow your mind to go still. Shut that bad boy down for a while. Shut it down for a while. Okay? It's on hyperdrive most of the time if you're watching me and if you're anywhere associated with me. So I understand it. So I learned that when my mind is over there, it's not here. Okay? And what they told me at the temple once, they said these words to me, Blair, you have to get your mind back. Kind of the monk equated it to looking at two bodies of water, a very muddy river that's filled with silt. You can't see what's below the surface. There can be all kinds of crocodiles and alligators and snakes and all kinds of nasty things down there that you have no idea what's in there. Or you could go to a crystal clear Caribbean lagoon where you can see 40, 50 feet straight down to the bottom. You can see all the fish. You can see everything in there. He said, that's your mind. Try to make a decision from a muddy perspective. Try to make a decision from a clear perspective. Which would you prefer? So the idea is to still the mind and just clear it, even if it's only for 10 seconds. You might meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. But don't beat yourself up. I just can't do it. I can't shut my brain down. That's the whole friggin' point. That's why you meditate, is to learn how to do that. Okay. People say, I can't do it because my mind's too hyper. That's why they created meditations. Okay. So meditate. First thing. Second thing, affirmations. Affirmation. Now, what's an affirmation? An affirmation you got to do is present tense, personal, and positive. So I've got a whole stack of them. I got about 50 of them here. And I've written them down, one on each note card. And every morning, after my meditation, I'll go through each one. I'll read you a few. My body and immune systems are strong and ward off all disease and any entity that can cause my body illness. I'll say it again. My body and immune systems are strong and ward off all disease and any entity that can cause my body illness, including COVID-19, including hemochromatosis, including the flu, including whatever I can think of that could possibly hurt me, right? Number 2, I am reliable, dependable, and honorable. I am a great teacher and leader. I'm a responsive, caring, loving husband and father. I love my body and do only healthy things to keep it strong and healthy. I love people. I go on and on. I'm responsible. I am valuable and I value myself. I'm a great team leader and encourage, allow, and inspire others to lead. I'm a huge, loving, spiritual being. I create financial security and abundance for myself and my family. So whatever your affirmations are, you write them down. Now, you don't need 50 of them. If you have 5, that's fine. But spend a few minutes just reading them out loud, feel them, and say them. Why? Well, because your brain is pretty elastic, right? It's called neuroplasticity. So the more times you repeat something in there, it actually becomes the formulating as a permanent thought in your brain. It's not just a fleeting thought. Okay. You start responding differently. You start acting differently. You start setting yourself up to win is what actually happens. So step 2 is affirmations. Remember, step 1 was a meditation. Step 2 is an affirmation. Step 3, you just sit there and gently close your eyes, take a deep breath, and visualize. Visualize your day. What do you want your day to look like? Well, I want to do several videos today. I'm going to be spending some time with my son today. I'm looking forward to talking to my sister this afternoon. Whatever it is, and visualize more. I picture $1 million sitting in my bank account, a beautiful new home in a great neighborhood, having all of my friends around me most of the time. Whatever you want to visualize, you visualize it. And I suggest that you continue to visualize the same similar things again and again and again. If more come in, that's good. Maybe your visualization will take a little bit longer, but just allow yourself to see it, feel it, and hear it. Okay? Every day. Number 3. Okay? Number 4. Now, number 4 is exercise. So I don't do it in that order because I work out with Matt Newton at about 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Phoenix time, Phoenix, Arizona time. And by the way, you can go online and do that with him and say, well, I don't know, I need a trainer. Here's what you can do. Go to macknewton.com, MACKNEWTON, macknewton.com. And there's something called the 7-minute workout. The 7-minute workout. You can handle 7 minutes, okay? It's a 7-minute workout. You'll see yours truly as one of the people in the front row. We did this a few years ago. Simple workout, fast paced, but simple. Do that. 7 minutes. Now, if you feel strong with that, do 2 of them. Feel strong with that? Do 3 of them. Do up to 4 or 5 of those 7-minute workouts back to back at the minimum. But start not at the minimum. Start with 1 7-minute workout if you haven't worked out at all. Okay. Do some stretching, but get your body flowing, get the blood moving. Exercise critical to good thinking and high mood levels. Okay. All right. So after the exercise, then what you do is you read. Now you read something spiritual. Okay. So for me, one of the things I have is this one called the Daily Stoic. And what it is, it's quotes each day of the year. There's a quote in here. So let's see today, May 11th. Okay, what's the thought for today? This is by Seneca, one of the ancient Roman Stoics. He said, the greatest portion of peace of mind is doing nothing wrong. The greatest portion of peace of mind is doing nothing wrong. Those who lack self-control live disoriented and disturbed lives. Okay. Good. And then there's a whole explanation here. Consider the fugitives who willingly turn themselves in after years on the run. Why would they do that? They were free, one step ahead of the law, but they gave up. Why? Because the guilt and the stress of the fugitive life eventually gets worse than the prospect of lost freedom. In fact, it was its own kind of prison, and more of that. So I love to read, so I have that. I read a little of Eckhart Tolle. Let's see what I read today. Presence, being present, is a state of inner spaciousness. When you are present, you ask, how do I respond to the needs of this situation in this moment? In fact, you don't even need to ask the question. You are still, alert, open to what is. You bring a new dimension into the situation, space. Then you look and you listen. Thus you become one with the situation. When instead of reacting against the situation, you merge with it, the solution arises out of the situation itself. Okay? So I love to fill myself with inspirational stuff from other people. You know, again, you don't have to read a lot, just like 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages. You could do this without the exercise. You could do this whole thing in like 15, 20 minutes. When I've got the time, I'll spend an hour doing it, not counting the workout. Okay. Here's one, becoming a good apprentice. You do not seek to have before you be or before you do. This is quite the opposite of most people who demand high salaries and numerous benefits, even though they lack competence and knowledge in the area, who have some perverted fixed ideas such as the universe owes me a living or you know me, you owe me. This is the height of criminality because it violates reciprocation. Spiritual knowledge and skills last an eternity, and identities or a person's knowledge and skills last only a few years. Spiritual knowledge is forever. Okay? Read. And the last thing is to scribe, is to do some writing. One thing I learned that all successful people keep journals. And so the simplest journal you could do is what I do, which is just a very simple gratitude exercise. Okay, so gratitude exercise. So here's the gratitude exercise. I'll give it to you, right? Here it is. Number 1. What are your goals for the day? You write them down. Today I want to have a good day with many videos completed and to close several open loops in my business. Number 2, what am I willing to give to others today? I'm giving presence, peace, energy, wisdom, and love today. That's what I plan to give today. 10 things that I'm grateful for right now. Number 1, now, presence, love, health, energy, spiritual teammates, family, friends, wealth. Okay. Number 4, what am I grateful for that someone else does for me? Well, I'm grateful to my team. I'm grateful to my team both locally and globally for maintaining our business, and for expanding our mission around the world. And number 5, what am I happy about? Well, I'm happy to give value. I'm happy to give value to other people that are looking to improve their lives. That's what I'm happy to do today. Okay, so that's it. Now, at tonight, when I go to bed, the back part of that is, how did I do on my goals? Number 2, what did I give to others today? Number 3, what am I happy about tonight? And I make a list of all my wins. I make a list of all my wins that I accomplished through the day. Then I go to bed. That's my routine. That's my morning routine. Now, again, I spent some extra time to explain it to you, so maybe you took some notes. Maybe you want to copy it a little bit. I'm happy to have you do that. Why? Because one thing I'm going to guarantee you this. If you can follow this process, even in its most abbreviated format, if you can follow this format for at least 7 days, not 70, not 7 months, but 7 days, here's what's going to happen. You're going to notice some different things happening in your life that are very positive. You're going to notice that you're going to find yourself a little bit more in the right place at the right time. People are going to be being attracted to you in a very positive way. You're going to find that all of a sudden your luck is begun to turn positive a little bit more. Would that be of use to you? I think it will. Now, don't ask me why that happens. I'm sure some of you have some great ideas as to why that happens. It's the law of attraction says says that as your beingness gets bigger, you attract more. But what you attract is not always positive. Why is it positive with this? Is because the beingness that you're putting out is all positive, more positive, more positive, and you'll attract more, okay? So again, have a great day. Have a day that you want. I call it sacred time. Why? Because nobody messes with it. No matter how early I got to get up, no matter how late I went to bed, I got to spend time, sacred time, before I go to my phone. Okay, I'm not going to let the world dictate to me how my life is going to be today. I'm going to dictate that myself, and you should too. Okay, even if you are pressed on time and you only got 5 to 10 minutes to run through it, that's 5 to 10 minutes well worth spent. Okay, so that's my morning routine. Those of you that asked for it, now you got it. Again, if you want to know a little bit more on the details, if you go to blairsinger.com, got some amazing videos on Little Voice Mastery and some amazing resources and amazing mentors that you can follow that'll help give you the inspiration that you need every day. Okay, subscribe to the channel so we can update you on all the new videos that we're putting up every week, because we're putting up a lot of new videos every week that are all designed to help you get better in whatever area of your life you want to get better. You're physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay, so thank you, and we'll see you next time.